Are you a millionaire?
I've gone past that long ago.
Oh.
I was once selling buffalo. I was once a driver's mate. Accra, Medina, Accra. By the age of 28 years, I had my own $1 million.
28 years.
28 years. I lost all at the age of 32. Try lottery once, you'll never be rich.
Lottery never make anyone rich.
No. I mean,
the
more you win, the more greedy you become.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Welcome to BTM Afrika. My name is NYDJ. Now, if there's anything they say about opportunities and getting set for them, this is one of those. Today, my guest is an amazing man. I mean, when you talk about the world of business, entrepreneurship, he is a name that you can never go past. He is the group CEO of McDan Group. And of course, you might have heard the name. You should have heard the name. He is Dr. Daniel McKorley, but he's well known as McDan. The name of his company actually precedes him. Almost all the time, they mention McDan instead of his real name. I'm pretty sure he never even knew his real name, but at least they get to know that here on BTM Afrika. So welcome and keep it tuned here. All right, guys, so I told you my guest is the CEO, or should I say the group chairman of McDan Group, and he is here. Thank you very much, sir, for joining me on BTM Afrika. Am I able to shake hands?
Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Yes, great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I mean,
I'm happy to be here.
This is one of the things I have been looking forward to. I mean, a sit down with you. I know how precious your time is, but to make time for me today, I'm so grateful.
Thank you. I'm here for you.
Okay.
I'm here for you.
All right, so let's get into our conversation. I mean, for a lot of people, yes, we've heard McDan. We know about the businesses, but somebody might sit back and say, okay, yeah, we heard about the business. What about the man or the brain behind the businesses? Exactly. If you were supposed to write myself today, how would it start like?
McDan is an ordinary gunman who grew up on the streets of Labadi. Went through the ranks, and today he's sitting here with you.
I'm pretty sure if you're supposed to write this as a class 3 or something, you'll be telling us what your favorite food is.
You understand?
But with this one, you make it more like a very abridged one. You talked about rolling through the streets and all that. Something might have happened in those streets. Yeah. Tell us, I mean, growing up, how was it like? Obviously, you weren't known as McDan by then, but how was growing up like for you?
Growing up was quite hectic, quite difficult. It wasn't easy. If you really know the place I'm talking about, you have to survive. You have to fight and survive the trend, the street life. So it hadn't been easy. I had gone through all the ranks. And, it's a whole book. Yeah, it's a whole book. If I say, I'll say it's a whole book.
But you intend to write the book anytime soon?
I have a book. I have written a book. It's all in a book.
Oh, amazing.
It's called The Path of an Eagle.
The Path of an Eagle.
Despair, Hope, and Glory.
Wow. Okay. So guys, you heard it. I mean, I have homework to do. I need to grab it. And of course, I need to grab it as well. All right, so there you have it. It's all written in the book, and it's worth that we all grab a copy. I'll show you a copy before this interview actually ends. But let's move beyond the book, and of course, life as a young Daniel. Obviously, that's how your friends used to call you, or you had a
Yes.
nickname,
Yeah, they call me DK.
DK. Okay,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
My name, I mean,
Daniel.
Daniel McKorley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
DK.
they call me DK.
Did you like that name though?
Yes. I mean, it just came about. Um, my friend enjoy calling me DK. Yeah.
Because I pretty know that there are people who have names they never liked and it's lived with them forever.
One name when I was young, that was my fighting name called Jack Nietzsche.
Jack Nietzsche.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
My friend, I think when we were young, there was a movie we watched, and there was this bad guy, tough guy,
Okay.
in the movie, and he was clearing almost everybody. So they gave me the name Jack Nietzsche.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That one you didn't like.
Well, not that I didn't like, but immediately that name come out, then there must be action. Something must happen.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure nobody really knew about this until today. Interesting. So a lot of things you are going to hear on this particular interview. Trust me, this is not going to be that very official, formal interview. We're just going to water it down and have a good conversation. Now, you've spoken to us about growing up. I mean, all that you had to go through and all that. We've heard about the businesses of McDan and all that. At what point did you decide to get into business? Because you tell us that from where you grew up, you had to fight. So at what point did you decide to step into business? And perhaps what was the first business move you did?
I was once, when you talk about business, lately I was thinking, those days I was selling on the streets. I was selling both. Be selling both roads. You're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, of course.
Selling kerosene, going around the town, carrying kerosene on your head. You're an entrepreneur. So business started right from the onset as an entrepreneur. I was once selling both roads. I was once a driver's mate. Accra, Medina, Accra. I was once
So you were doing well.
right in another level.
Okay.
Accra is more polished.
Yeah.
You stand there and
Yeah, interesting.
yeah. So it happened. I was once a pupil teacher. I taught as a teacher. I was once working at a construction company as a construction laborer. I was once selling books, going from office to office and market to market selling books.
Wow.
So even my current job, our people call me shipping mogul. Mogul, I started as a messenger.
As a messenger?
As a messenger.
At the port?
At the port. So it is what it is.
Well, I mean, if you talk about that entrepreneur spirit from way back, as in you selling on the streets and all that, today somebody might not see that as, because when we talk entrepreneur, somebody is looking at who has the biggest budget to start whatever it is. That's the mindset.
Yeah.
So people might not see what you talk about as being an entrepreneur and see the shipping aspect of what you started. Being a messenger to now starting your own shipping line. What really went into it? How was the transition like?
It's a whole journey. It's actually a whole journey, and you need to learn, you need to study, you need to serve. It comes with a whole package, and it just part. You need a lot of the God factor was one of them that I never joke with. When God say yes, no man can say no. So the God factor, I give a lot of credence to the Lord factor, the God factor. I also, I live by time. You know, I work for people, I serve people, but I never joke with opportunity. So as opportunity keep coming my way, I keep taking them. I learn humility in service. So it's a whole package.
Is when you say this, somebody sits back and say, okay, yes, perhaps I've been serving in my space, I've been doing all that I have to do, be humble, listen to what the leaders say, do all that I'm supposed to do. Opportunities are around, but I'm not able to grab them. So when you say opportunity, because being transitioning from being a messenger to now being the CEO or a boss of your own company,
Yeah.
what happened? Because obviously you might need finances. That's become a major challenge for a lot of young
No,
people now.
I never, finance wasn't the issue. There's a lot of business. You see, that's the problem I have with today's world. I mean, we want to start business. The first thing that comes into our mind is money,
Money.
money, money, money. No, it's not everything you start with money. At times you need to serve. You need to take one day at a time. You need to build. You need to build on your contacts, on your network, because your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can do to start. So mine never come like going looking for money to start. I save money. One time I was selling maize. So by the age of 28 years, I had my own $1 million.
28 years.
28 years. I lost all at the age of 32.
Hold on. By 28,
Yeah.
you had $1 million.
Yeah.
Personal amount of money.
Yes.
By 30,
It's all gone.
was it a wrong decision you made? Was it a business decision, or you just didn't make good use of the money?
Failure had to be part of the journey. I failed. I didn't take the right decisions. I was greedy. Greed can also cause you a lot, but if you have seen poverty before, there's a way you guard against that. Yeah. So it's all in the mix.
When you say greed was part of it, I mean, I've had this mindset that greed might not necessarily all the time be bad. I mean, we have a connotation to greed. Once we say greed, then we are looking at the negative. But I feel being greedy somehow, you could be greedy for some
Have
success.
you won a lottery before?
No,
Try lottery once.
but I mean,
Try
people that are
try
greedy, they get into it and they still win.
try lottery once. Try lottery once. You'll never be rich.
Lottery never make anyone rich.
No. I mean,
There are people who are,
the more you win, the more greedy you become. Do you know that?
so you win, you want to try again.
One day, come with me. We will try for the first time.
Maybe this is an experience worth actually having, and so maybe one day I'll try.
Yeah.
So you had to lose $1 million. How did you get back? Because obviously that could have been a breaking point for you.
Yes, that is the difference of being an entrepreneur. That's the difference to have the fighting spirit to make sure that you make it. You can't give up. You can't give up, and giving up shouldn't be part of your vocabulary. I mean, the fact that you have made it once, you can always make it. Yeah. So I fought back, and I made 10 times, 20 times that.
Wow.
After 10 years of another struggle. Yes. But one thing I never lose sight of is my integrity. To lose my integrity. So I soldiered on. Yeah, I soldiered on, and I got back on my feet, which wasn't easy.
This is such a story to listen to. I mean, it might sound like a story, but that's your life you are telling. And T.I. will say in one of the songs, like, my life is your entertainment. Like, you watch it as I live it. And that's
Exactly.
what's happening.
Exactly.
Now, your life has become a lesson for many people around the world, not just in Ghana. You get to speak to a lot of the young ones out there. You get to inspire them. They look at your journey and think they can also do it. But most of the time, what happens is that when these stories are told, the very details are kind of missing. So a lot of people feel, oh, it's just one of those things. Because almost every successful person says, oh, I went down the drain at some point, I came up and I did this and I did that, and here I am today. Are there specifics that need to be told so that people know that, listen, these are the realities? Once you get into them, there should be a way around it.
Yeah, mine I've chronicled it in a
In the
book.
book.
Yeah, in the book is the path of an eagle.
Okay.
Yeah, hope, despair, and glory. I mean, despair, hope, and glory,
Glory.
which the hope part is always interesting.
Yes.
So it is chronicled in the book, and also that is the McDan's life.
Okay.
The detail of the story will give you another book.
And I'm sure that's in the works already.
That is in the works already. I mean, but the surface is what normally I tell the youth, so that they can also have some hope.
Okay.
If my story can give somebody a hope, right? If my story can give somebody, change somebody's mindset, if my story can be able to build the next tomorrow by giving the today's youth my shoulder, automatically they become taller than me. I don't want to be more successful than my children.
Okay.
Yeah, if I am more successful than my children, I'm a failure. I failed. So there's no way I should be more successful than my children. My children should definitely be more successful than me.
That puts a lot of work on them as well.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a whole struggle. It's a whole movement. It's a whole mindset. But at the end of the day, what legacy
Do you want to leave?
do you want to leave? So we are sitting here today writing another book.
So another book will be out there. He tells you that's going to detail their story. This is more like a prelude, but of course, you still have a lot of information in there. That's the path of an eagle, and he tells us all about this one. You get this book in almost all the bookshops around the country, right? If I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure we can have it online as well. You have soft copies.
Yes,
online.
online. It's online.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I wrote it not for sale. I gave it to the youth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To read. I want to touch more life. Everything about the brand is supposed to be for impact.
Talking about impact, you're in Kumasi as we speak.
Yeah.
You've spoken to a number of the young ones out there. You want to inspire them to get into the business, entrepreneurship and all that. The years you've spent speaking to young ones and those who want to get into business, what would you say has been the major challenge of the youth, specifically in Ghana?
Consistency. You know, the youth in today's Ghana are not, they're not consistent. They are not patient. Though we've created a lot of impact, we have touched a lot of them. A lot of them are on the right path. A lot of them are making money. A lot of them are disciplined. Ghanaian youth are smart. I wouldn't want to have any youth anywhere than to mentor than Ghana. I've gone around the whole world, and if there is any youth anywhere on this planet that has the brightest future, is the youth of Ghana. They need to be brave. They need to be consistent. They need to have the stamina. They need a certain level of stamina to move. So you ask me, this is the place that the youth needs to be to make it.
These are positives that you see with the youth, but I'm pretty sure you've met some young ones that make you feel like, oh, Christ, what are these people
Yeah,
doing?
that is what I mentioned. They are impatient. They are very impatient in running the affair. Some want to be rich as at yesterday. I keep telling them that there is no wealth without a story. There is no richness without a story. Nobody can say, okay, I'm a millionaire if you don't have a story.
Are you a millionaire?
I've gone past that long ago.
Oh. in Chi they say me pacho me so pacho me for asking that question. Okay, are we looking at? I don't know. I don't think we are talking cities here. We are talking dollars.
Yes,
So you're a
billionaire.
billionaire.
I think I'm there. You know? I got there not even now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's before you go into the salt business as well.
Well, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
How do you keep up? I mean, considering all the businesses you have to take care of and all that, how I know you definitely have responsible hands who are also helping you, but you have oversight responsibility of how your businesses run. Because from what you talk about, you don't want to lose even a single dollar out of what you are making. Now, how do you keep up in managing all these businesses?
It just come. You know, it's one of the things I talk about is the God factor. You wake up in the morning, you don't know how even God keeps you running. You don't know how God keeps opening doors. You don't know how God keeps bringing the right people your way to support you. I believe I've been a bit fortunate to have some right hands around me as a business revolve. So it's not easy though.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but we're going.
Because obviously, once you have the money, you see people come around with intent that might not be right because they feel, okay, there's money there, so let me just get into it.
It always happens. But what can you do about it? That is the system. And you got to do what you got to do. You can't sweat, you can't cry. What do you do? Yeah, you keep moving. And it takes one day at a time. But you need to be focused.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to be very focused in whatever you are doing. We have a lot of distraction. We can easily get distracted.
Exactly.
Yes, and because there are a lot of lovers out there are a lot of haters out there. So you have to know how to navigate. The ladder of success is not that easy. Yeah, it's not that easy.
From what you've done, becoming the CEO or the group chair of McDan Group of Companies, how long has it been? Like, how many years have you been working as the group chair?
Right now, McDan is 26 years since 1999. So we are not a baby company.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I've been sitting here hustling for the past 26 years.
Your kind of hustle might be different from ours. So there are degrees, there are levels to the hustle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've thought about retirement already. What do you want to do when you retire?
I'll be a farmer and an evangelist.
A farmer and an evangelist.
Yeah, yes. I want to preach the word of God. Yes, and being my farm and taking care of humanity.
At what point did you think about this? Or is something you've always yearned and something you always wanted to do?
It has always been there. When I was young, I once wanted to be a pastor.
What happened? Because of that nickname?
No. I got to know later on. you don't joke with God.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
true.
you need to be very careful. You can't be a hypocrite. You know, I love money. I love life. I love the hard way. You understand?
Yeah,
Yes, and the women love me.
I like
So
that part. That's one part. I like that for you. I can't like that for myself because obviously I'm not there yet. So for that, I can't speak for myself. But I mean, I like that
yeah,
part.
so you have to look at all these things and make a decision. Yeah, I do things very honestly.
Okay.
Um, I you can't mock God. When you want to be a pastor, you go all out. I don't want to be in the church and have guilt
Okay.
in the church. So these are quite deep. So you cannot wanting to do something and at the same time you have divided attention.
Attention.
In life, your principles must be above your desire.
Your principles must be above your desire.
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime your desire get ahead of your principle, then there's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yes. So I try to be straight.
Let's get back to the whole pension conversation. If you should go on pension, if you retire, you're looking at being a farmer and then being a pastor as well.
An evangelist.
Evangelist. Okay,
Yes.
an evangelist. Now, with regards to the farm, I'm pretty sure you have some already. Or you want to get into it big time.
I have a farm, but now farm, my son is taking care of that.
Okay.
It's for him, but I'm trying to piggyback on him to manage to be there. But I want to prove to him that before he get there, I'll get a bigger one.
Before he gets there, I'm sure he's just smiling right
He's
now.
ahead of me, you know.
He's smiling right now.
He's actually ahead of me, but I'll catch up with
You
him.
catch up. Yes, of course. In Tree, they say something, they say only a penny. Now with you. I don't know if you get it.
I do.
Like, so you might obviously want to fight an elderly person, but you know he should be stronger than you are. So obviously you are stronger than he is, so it's understandable. Now, all these are things you yearn to do. I mean, when you go on retirement, you've lived the life. You've done all you're supposed to do. Let's look at the other side. I mean, the easy, or should I say, the McDan that nobody really sees. Like when the cameras are off, when you are not speaking to young people, what do? You love to travel, you love to be on the sea, jet ski and all. What do? You
know, can you imagine? I have a private jet I have 2 private jets sitting there. The whole of last year, I traveled only 4 times.
The whole of last year?
I traveled only 4 times. I have a boat on the water. I can't remember the last time I went boat cruising. I have jet skis. I have everything that I should have to have fun with it. But it's difficult.
How difficult is it?
Let me tell you a story. One day I was in Atlanta. I traveled to Atlanta.
Okay.
In my own private jet. I got to the airport. I packed almost everything out of the jet. My bag, my everything. I was wheeling my bag on the tarmac going. I moved about 50 meters. And I remember that, no, the jet sitting there is for me. Where am I going? I forgot. I thought I was flying commercial.
Wow.
Yes, I totally forgot that I owned that plane. So I had to call my pilot, who was a German pilot. I said, come for the bags and send it back into the plane. Because I was spending only 1 day in Atlanta. I know, you know the problem here?
Tell me.
Poverty.
Interesting.
When poverty chop your mind, whatever you have, you won't believe it's for you. At times, you look at certain things you have, you ask yourself, is it for me? You don't believe it,
I don't believe you've been able to acquire all those things.
And that puts you in check. It makes you humble. At times when I look at some of the things I have been able to achieve, I've been able to do, it keeps me very humble. I'm just a human. So it sent a message to me. It makes you tell me that, okay, look at your roots. It's tough. It's a humble beginning, baby steps to get to this level. Meanwhile, I'm not even half of my real potential. So if I've not reached half of my potential,
that's scary. I mean, that's beginning to make me think. Because I mean, if you have not gotten to half of your potential with all that you've done, and not just about the wealth that you've acquired, but the impact you've made in the lives of people with your foundation, with trying to reach out to the youth and all that, and you still sum that up and say you've not achieved a half of your potential, then myself, my camera guys, Nana, you heard that? You were my we have a long way to go.
You'll get there.
We'll get there. Thank you for that.
I mean,
consistency.
You're on consistency. Be consistent and watch your integrity level. Right. And the attitude.
Yeah.
The attitude you put to whatever you do is very important. Yeah.
Thank you for that word of advice. But I still want to know, I mean, I just want to get into that life, the McDan life, how you de-stress, like, what do you do? Do you have friends you like to party? Or it's just you and the family? Like, how is it like? Because obviously wealth attracts a lot of people to you as well.
I'm a family man. I'm a very deep-centered family man. I love being around my children. I spend a lot of spare time with my kids. I'm not a traveling type on holiday now, but very soon, that's very important. I have to start traveling on holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. I love sports. I play tennis.
Okay.
I like listening to country music. I mean, in my quiet time, I like listening to country music.
Country music.
Yeah.
Talking about music, I mean, let's limit ourselves to Ghana. I know you've posted about Shatta Wale before.
Yeah.
You like his spirit, his zeal, and how he goes about his business as well. I mean, if you were to perhaps sign any artist in Ghana and say, listen, I see this artist has a potential, I'd love to actually invest in this particular artist, who would that be?
I can tell you that Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy are some of the most talented artists in Africa. Look, I believe in my heart they need serious support from businessmen. They are our ambassadors. And I feel we have to invest more into them. There are some young coming. I'm not really into that space, but I can see some good artists. And our musicians are ambassadors. And music is a big business.
Yeah.
Shatta Wale is my friend, my brother. Stonebwoy is my brother. I'm very close to both of them.
Okay.
And they look, all these those the Nigerian boys, none of them get close to their talent. Though they're also talented. But I'm a Ghanaian, I have to talk Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And on the stage and their way of music is amazing. But I believe that some of us have to get close to them to support them.
Yes, that's something I'm pretty sure they'll be excited to hear. Have you thought about perhaps investing in in the creative space in Ghana. You're already in the hospitality industry and with the aviation, the flights and all that.
Yeah.
But if you were supposed to get into a creative art space, from cinema, stage, music, all that, would you love to be in that? Would you love to perhaps invest in it? Do you see a potential in there to support?
No, that brings a lot of money. Where there is good money, I smile. It's a place, but it's not my space. So I would want to sit back as the godfather to support people to get into that space.
Okay.
Yeah, not really me, but guide people, support them both financially, advise, and I just sit back as the godfather. So I would want to support people to get into the space, but not necessarily me.
Okay.
You can't be everywhere.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can't do everything.
That's true.
And if you are living in the system, you have to give others the shoulder.
So there we have it. There is obviously an opportunity for a creative art space to have investor support. That's something people in the creative art space have always cried about
Exactly.
and cried for. And so I think it would, and I think 2 years ago at KNEST campus, he made mention of the fact that he had actually invested about $2 million in George Quay's image bureau or something.
That guy is doing good. We saw him today.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. He's a smart guy. I mean, if you look at things that he's doing now, his play and all that, it's going higher and higher and higher. So we need to pull most of them along.
Okay. We shall be wrapping up our interview very soon. For those who just joined us, obviously this is BTM Afrika. My guest is Group Chair of McDan Group of Companies. That's Dr. Daniel McKorley. We are about to wrap up, but I would love for you to do something for me. If you were to sing any of your favorite Ghanaian songs, which song would it be?
Oplami. Any favorite Ghanaian song?
Yes.
Over 100 is going through my head.
Let's trickle it down.
It's now down to 50.
That was sharp. That was a sharp decline. Are we at 10 now?
No. We are not yet there.
Okay.
I am a very local person. I am looking at. I don't want to pick Shatawale. I don't want to pick Stonebwoy.
That could cause trouble.
I want to go way back into time.
Okay.
Looking at Osibisa.
Oh, which song of Osibi is that?
The Sayo one. What was it?
Which one is that?
It's what Osibisa song.
Okay, aside that, I mean, I know there are thousands of songs in your head right now. I'm trying to, but aside that one, are you a hip hop fan? Are you a hip life fan?
I'm a country
music.
Guy,
okay.
Yeah.
But
country and reggae.
Country and reggae. Who's your favorite reggae artist? Not necessarily in Ghana, I mean.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley is my favorite artist, and some songs of Lucky Dube.
If you had to pitch Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, who would you choose?
Bob Marley is always the godfather.
Could you introduce the Lumba?
Kojontri romantic song. I'll pick Kojontri.
Okay. Stonebwoy Shatawale. I'm getting some backing vocalists.
Stonebwoy Shatawale.
You say Shatta Stone.
Both of them are good for now. I mean, they are reigning now, so for now.
But if you were supposed to choose one,
no, I won't choose.
You won't choose. If you're supposed to invite any of them to your party, you have money, you invite both.
They all come.
That answers it. You have both of them there.
They all come anyway. Yeah.
Interesting, guys. It's been with Dr. McKorley on BTM Afrika, but we can't go without you sharing some nuggets with the youth, with the young ones out there. If we were to tell a young one out there today who wants to choose or has an opportunity for an 8 to 5, or wants to start their own business, what advice would you give them? Would you advise they do the 85, get some experience, get some money, build some connections before they start? Or you would advise that they get straight into entrepreneurship? Because a lot of people, and the conversation has been that, listen, be an entrepreneur, be an entrepreneur, be an entrepreneur, but they forget that it takes a lot to be an entrepreneur. So if you're supposed to advise any young person between the two, how would you be advised?
It depends on where you're coming from. At times, it's good to serve. When you serve, you can manage your risks when you start your own business. When you serve.
Okay.
If you have the opportunity to start, I'm just coming from Amsterdam. It's a technical university.
Yeah.
Immediately you graduate, you're an entrepreneur. But you will struggle because you struggle a bit because you haven't been able to understand the human resource aspect and how to negotiate. There's a lot that goes on. But start. I will not stop you from start. I started from there. I served. I had the opportunity to serve, and I served before I started my own. I saw the risk level. That is one aspect. The other aspect also is you want to start life, you have to be very careful. Take one day at a time. I'm sitting here today. I have 2 private jets on the tarmac. I have a helicopter.
You came in with that today?
Yes, but what I came in with today, yes.
The chopper?
Yes, I have an helicopter. I have a yacht sitting on the water. I have everything that should
cars.
make me.
Are you into cars?
I'm not a fan of cars because how many can I drive? But I love antique cars. But even the time to drive, for now, maybe as I grow older, I'll do better collection.
Okay.
So they have to watch their lifestyle. They have to watch their expenditure levels. They have to watch how they take their baby step. And they have to be humble. That would be my advice for the youth.
And of course, one thing that I would add, which maybe you forgot, the God factor.
The God factor. I always start with that, the God factor. That is very, very important.
That's very important. So at least we have some nuggets. If you are young, you want to start your own life, you want to start your own business, these are the pieces of advice that he will give to you. Of course, he's gone through it. You see him today. He can't even list all his assets. Maybe when the daughters are done with law and all that, they will start preparing their will for him. And they'll be able to list all of them eventually. But as it stands, he can't even list all of them. And it took a lot of work. And like he says, patience. Because there are people who have started and just when they saw a little problem, they fell off and that was it. So make sure that you have the patience, you want to learn. And of course, if people really want to reach out, I mean, for this opportunity, it's worth it. If anybody wants to reach out to the McDan Foundation, they want to, they have any idea they want to share or anything, are there spaces available? Is there an opportunity for them to have that?
Yeah, McDan is actually for everybody. I mean, we're helping. People don't know how much we are helping people, the youth. One, they can call on the foundation also, but they can go to www.mcdanambassadors.com.
Okay.
We share a lot of nuggets there. We support people over there. It's on at that point is we are like a family. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a platform to help the youth to grow and their dreams.
Okay. So there's an opportunity for everyone. Take advantage of that. We're going to share that link beneath this video so you're able to click on it and just visit the website. And if there is any information you seek, I'm pretty sure you find it there. Thank you very much, Dr. McKorley, for speaking to us on BTM Afrika.
I'm with you.
I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
I'm with you.
Thank you very much. All right. Yes. All right, guys. So there you have it, BTM Afrika. But remember to grab a copy of the book. He says it's out there for free. So if you walk into any bookstore and you don't get it, I'm sorry. This I'll keep, right?
It's just.
Thank you very much. So this is my copy. What? You also want copies?
Thank you.
We'll have that conversation later. Thank you very much for watching BTM Africa. Catch you some other time.